Today's podcast is brought to you by the Tax Defense Group. Tax season is here, and that means that it's time to file your taxes. But there's good news. If you're a W-2 employee, you can save half off your filing. All you have to do is call the Tax Defense Group before April 15, 2020 and mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios. Millions of Americans will get money back after they file, and you can be one of them. So call the Tax Defense Group at 800-850-7973. That number again is 800-850-7973, and you can visit them online at taxdefensegroup.com. Also, shout out to our second sponsor, Rider Junkie. Are you looking to make more money in 2020? Well, one of the best ways to do so is by having a new resume that can help you get that dream job. Rider Junkie offers affordable, well-written resumes for the low cost of $145. They'll even throw in a cover letter for no additional charge. All you have to do is mention that you saw this ad on UCast Studios and they'll get right to work. Call Rider Junkie today at 805-587-7966 and you can visit them online at riderjunkie.com. Welcome everybody back to podcast episode 46. I am here with my co-host Ian Rod. Say what's good.
How y'all doing?
What's up?
Yeah, no, we got some good topics today, getting closer to the trade deadline, to All-Star weekend. All that is right around the corner, and some of which is definitely relating to our first topic, because I wanted to open today talking about Kyrie Irving. I think that's probably the most interesting thing that happened this week, and I just ran into a Twitter thread, and KD once again has Twitter fingers, so content just kind of falls in your lap. But I did want to ask y'all first, like, we haven't even discussed it at all. I just sent it to the group. So what did y'all think about Kyrie's comments earlier this week about his teammates? Because he just returned, obviously, too. I don't think he's even returned since we podcasted. He wasn't playing last time we podcasted, I believe. And so he returns, and in fairness, the reporter does ask him a question, but he responds and goes on about basically the pieces that they're going to need next year, and he goes and he names names. So what did y'all think about the comment? I'm assuming y'all saw it.
I think that I didn't necessarily disagree with what he said, but the politically correct response wouldn't have been what he had said, because he more or less said that we need a couple pieces, and some of these guys on the team ain't gonna make the cut next year,
right?
Basically,
just boldly.
So I mean, I agree that they still need like one or two pieces, but that's not something you need to be talking to the media about.
Right.
Again, saying what the problem is, you just came back, G.
Yeah,
you missed what 26 games,
a lot. Like
13, they was 13-13 without you. Spencer was balling out without you. You don't come back after 2 games talking about we need some pieces.
No, in fairness, he named Spencer.
But what I'm saying is you wasn't there.
right.
You was injured. You just came back, and plus the game they lost, he was horrible.
Yeah, he didn't have a good stat sheet.
Like, what are you talking about, man? I understand if he was healthy, he played these games with them. I understand that, but fam, you just got back.
Yeah,
you was not here.
Like you just joined. You dropped 15.
Because in that rant, there's several names he did not say.
Yeah, you didn't name Joe Harris, or you didn't name Allen.
Your name didn't get listed. Like,
yeah,
but
like
that locker room scenario is gonna be kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm wondering if you're one of his teammates who didn't name him.
Joe Harris and Allen.
Yeah, and you got to get me in the locker room like, yo, what's good?
Like fam, this is the same situation we have with Boston, G.
Yeah,
like,
it's similar, right?
Like, fam,
because this is around the same time that last year Kyrie was like, yeah, those guys are young, and I had to call LeBron and like tell him this.
That's something you don't mention to the public, G.
Yeah,
like I don't know what you doing, though. Now you got to dress this situation you ain't supposed to be dressed in right now.
Yeah, especially right now too, because the whole thing is, why is this relevant right now?
You
knew coming here with Kevin Durant that this season was a wash. You knew that maybe you were going to be like 5th or something in the East if he was healthy. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, that's not relevant to anything to come out and say that. And look, I've gone on record. I stay consistent with this. I enjoy when players speak their mind and they say what they actually think, because I get tired of those politically correct answers. But I also feel like, what purpose does this serve, though? You know what I mean? Like,
all it does is stir the pot.
Yeah, like what does this accomplish?
And with healthy KD next year, you need more pieces too.
Yeah,
healthy KD and Kyrie can't be a contender.
Well, they were having that conversation on Inside the NBA last night. Shaq and Chuck, and Shaq is on Kyrie's side in this pretty much, and he was saying they still need a rebounder and this and that, which you have Jared Allen and DeAndre Jordan for rebounding. And,
what you talking about?
You guys, Spencer. Yeah, there's not much analysis on Inside the NBA, but him and Chuck were discussing it, and yeah, no. Going into again, yeah, you to your point, you're just like, well, you need more pieces. You don't even have KD right now, so what are you basing it off of? Is basically what you're saying, because it's like you don't have the team right now.
Not at all.
Anyways, And yeah, it's interesting to come out like this was so straightforward. I saw a lot of people, because I do my reading when something like this happens. I go and see like what people's reactions are, and one thing I saw commonly is people saying, "Oh, well, this is what LeBron James has been doing his career," a lot more subtly, you know, because back when LeBron was like, "We need a fucking playmaker," like I'm not getting any younger, that type thing. You remember those episodes and whatnot. The problem is, again, in the context of LeBron saying those things, first of all, he's LeBron. Like,
you don't have that resume.
Yeah, right. Like that's just off bat.
You don't have the resume.
Yeah, right. Just off bat, he's LeBron. That's one thing. It made a little bit more sense at those points.
And plus,
and also when you're playing with LeBron, you know you're trade bait.
You can tell if you
One
are.
other thing, LeBron actually played these games. With
that too. He was leading the
so
team.
he know what it is and what it isn't.
Yeah, exactly. So it's kind of apples to oranges to say like, you know, this is a LeBron playbook when
they was comparing LeBron to Kyrie's just same situation.
Well, because they're saying throughout LeBron's career, he's kind of done things like this. He's put tidbits out into the media like, yo, we need this or we need that. Like, because the famous one was 2017 when he was with the Cavs and he was making what's about a playmaker that they didn't have. And so they think they ended up in getting like Darren Williams or something like that.
Right.
They were good enough to beat everybody except the Warriors that year. So you know, it worked. But yeah, the whole thing with Kyrie, like this is starting to become like a pattern now, because one thing you look at and say is, okay, you had your pairing with LeBron James and you didn't want to play with LeBron anymore. You wanted your own thing. You wanted to be a leader. And it's foggy there because they say, well, wasn't Cleveland going to trade him anyways before he asked for a trade or whatever? So that whole thing is murky. We don't have a lot of confirmation there. You get to Boston, that was a shit show as far as leadership. Like everything that happened there was a shit show. And then you get here and there's absolutely no reason to say, you know, the things that he just said. Even though, again, like I said, I always love to hear exactly what they're thinking. But if I was in that position, I wouldn't go out and say anything, and especially not a list too, and be like, yeah, like me and my boys right here.
Well, problem is he got caught up in that conversation. I guess he had to mention some people not to stir the boat, so he should named the whole roster.
Yeah, he should have just been like, you could be more vague about it when you're playing on a team, and the things that you say to the media, you know, affect your team, because like we live in the era of social media. And so to come with like me, KD, Spencer, like we need some decent players.
There are better ways he could have phrased.
DJ.
Yeah, he was.
You should have said from Spencer to the 15th man. Yeah, we need something, G.
Yeah, that's a stage where I think it's smarter to be more politically correct, and it's an easy. That's an easy one to get right too, right? Like it's very easy not to do what he just did.
That's stupid though.
And it takes me back. I remember him saying when he was playing with the Cavaliers, he met with Kobe Bryant trying to like get some insight on how to avoid like a Kobe Shaq split with LeBron, and it kind of his career so far seems like a really bad imitation of Kobe Bryant to me in terms of leadership thing, right? Because Kobe and MJ, they found out how to blend being dickheads with leadership. They just did, right?
Yeah.
Like, MJ, I've read his books. He was a dick to some of his teammates, punched Steve Kerr, obviously, but he was able to blend that. Kobe had his things, but he was able to have some success. And it seems like Kyrie is it seems like he kind of wants to be Kobe in that manner, because he wanted to go have your own team.
Yeah, he just doing a little backwards with it. You know, I think those two guys had some type of resume where they was the alpha and
after multiple championships and stuff like that.
You know.
And yeah, it's just weird. It's always weird to me to find people trying to impersonate these two, like MJ or Kobe. Like you're either born that way or you're not.
Yeah,
you know?
it's hard.
Some things can't be taught. You gotta have that mentality.
Yeah, because if you're Kobe and you see Kobe yelling at his teammates in practice, or that video clip I always see when he like shoves. What, Smush Parker? Yeah, Smush Parker, right. Or when he shoves Sasa Vujacic or whatever, trying to just get the best out of him. Like those are little things that him and MJ they just had, and maybe Kobe wasn't even the best at it, but that's just them, right? Yeah. And the whole Kyrie leadership thing is very interesting, and here we are when you didn't need to have this problem with the Nets, but now I assume his teammates probably feel some type of way. But yeah, so I wanted to talk about that situation anyways, opening the podcast, but as I was literally just about to hit record, I found Kevin Durant on Twitter once again going at it with the reporter, just like last week. And this one was interesting. I know you were a little bit curious about this because the reporter made this tweet yesterday, and it's not that viral of a tweet. It's 400 likes, 45 retweets, so it's nothing massive. And KD still found a way to respond to it and go at him a little bit. But it is interesting though, because the reporter had a point. We're talking about Kyrie Irving in the third fan returns actually for AllStar Vote, and Kyrie has almost 1 million more votes than Steph Curry without really having played that much during the season. And you were basically saying that's because Kyrie's actually played at least a little bit.
Yeah, right? I don't know how many games Curry played, but it seemed like since the season started, he broke his hand. So.
Right.
And also, we more or less assumed that Curry wasn't coming back. Versus there's
That is true.
there's always been rumors and about, is Kyrie really hurt? Is he skipping out? There's been various storylines.
Right.
So that's at least been keeping his name in the media.
And so the reporter made a big fuss about that. Like, why is he so far ahead of Curry? Because Curry's a better player and teammate and leader, and guys like Kimba and Lillard, he says right here, are similar in that likability. But for some reason, Kyrie is way ahead of them, and KD comes in like, oh, he's good at basketball. That's why, and says it's a fan vote. It's not that serious. I doubt people think about all your points before voting, and you're trying to whip the votes, and your platform ain't big enough. So that's just KD be going at these reporters' throats. And you were saying before the podcast, like, you think he'd be searching these things out during his.
He said it was like 400 likes and like 40 retweets.
He's not mentioned.
I mean, there's no mention. This is just out into the
he went out his way to find this.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a chance KD was following somebody.
Nah, bro. He typed in Kevin Durant first, nothing came up. Type in Brooklyn Nets, nothing came up. Type in Kyrie Irving, I got some stuff to talk about. Come on, man. Hey, bro,
if KD and Kyrie ever win a championship, that is going to be the most interesting summer ever, between like interviews and tweets from KD and shit like that. Because he clearly got some stuff on his chest here. But yeah, on the All-Star fan returns. Yeah, so Kyrie is second, right behind Trae Young. Derrick Rose, did y'all see he was in fourth? Actually, he's in fourth place with 1.3 million votes. He actually might make it this year.
I mean, he's been on a pretty decent tear. His last.
What happens if you haven't played much but you get the fan vote?
I think it's fan vote, and then the players vote, and then like coaches. And
so right now, it's
like a mixture of like
these are all
different sources.
So do Kyrie qualify?
I mean, right now we don't know, because I'm assuming Kyrie is at least going to be like probably reserves at least, at minimum, because it's a like we're all
I'm saying on the fan vote side. I mean, for this starters, like, I don't know how that works when you haven't played.
Oh, you mean like when you haven't played much at all? I mean, these again, like you said, these are because at the end of the day, right now, Caruso is fourth in voting. He's went up by a lot.
What's 50, 25, 25?
And also, don't they do pickup now? So the starters is based on who the captains pick for the game. So.
There's like a list that they get to pick from.
They still do.
Yeah, after this been after it's finished, they're gonna have to get picked through the starters.
Yeah, you'll have like a captain of each, which right now looks like.
I really thought Luka Country gonna come through, but I guess not.
Well, yeah, no, I didn't think he was gonna be able to hold that lead.
I just thought you got a country behind you. I think everybody just, but maybe don't give a damn like that. I don't know.
There might be more LeBron stands than people that live in that country.
LeBron is like
that's crazy.
LeBron is like most
LA plus LA, cause AD got votes too.
Yeah, no, he's right, but he's right there too. Yeah, so. Dwight Howard is there as well. Brandon Ingram. Do y'all think Brandon Ingram is going to be an All-Star this year? Right now, he has 672,000 votes, which is far behind, like a lot. He's ninth, but he just had 49 last night, by the way, too. He's coming into his own.
And the game winner.
Yeah, he went off. He's really coming into his own. But would y'all have him as an All-Star this year in the West? I've been under the impression that in the West, I don't think he's going to make it.
Well, I guess I don't know. I think it ends Monday. The voting, so next week come up with a list of our predictions, because I can't think right now.
Right. Yeah, I just think it's going to be a little bit difficult.
I have him over Lillard.
Oh yeah, you have him over Lillard right now?
Yeah.
You sure?
I don't know.
It's
guards, right?
I mean,
yeah, because he's front court, and then Lillard is third in guard. Yeah, so Lillard is probably gonna be
front court.
Yeah. Ingram is.
You got him over Paul George?
I mean, just looking at it, I don't think that's gonna happen. Paul George is fourth.
Play 8. Well, we're gonna play more games.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just happy to see. I'm happy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the Pelicans, because it seems like everyone forgot last year.
Why they didn't pick up his contract? Pelicans.
Oh, they're going to. He's gonna be a restricted free agent. So whatever happens this year, they're gonna match that shit. Like, he's not going nowhere.
Would have been cheaper to give him pick it up.
Sorry, what?
It would have been cheaper to pick it up when they was available.
I mean,
but
there's no way they knew he was going to be balling like this.
Yeah, you got to wait, because also remember that's what I was about to say. People forgot. Remember, his season ended last year with that heart
blood clot.
Yeah, the issue. So I was thinking shit like that might be a lost cause, and so he's back hooping.
Right. Okay.
And so he's proved his worth. And what's going to happen this year? They're saying like, someone like Cleveland or somebody try to max him out, but it's a restricted free agent. Pelicans are not going to let that go. It is going to be interesting to see, obviously, with Zion returning, which I thought like the original rumor was he was going to return by the time we done this podcast
yesterday, but
he's actually going to return. That would have been a hell of a game for him to return to.
22nd, they hoping.
Yeah, 22nd. Yeah, I'm still shaky.
I don't believe that though.
Yeah, I'm still shit because like first like the report came out, it was supposed to be yesterday. Then I didn't see a whole lot of coverage about it, and I was like, I'm getting suspicious. And then I got the NBA notification this time. It's the 22nd, but I still haven't. It don't seem solid to me yet. Yeah. But just a quick reminder for everybody to check out the sponsors of this video. Both Tax Defense and Writer Junkie links can be found in the comment section and description of this video. We'll see.
I heard Griffin interview like, well, we still on 5 on 5. We're going to see. Right now it's the 22nd, but we know, stuff like that.
Because they're still within the playoff hunt as well, which we'll talk about at the very end. But they could easily still make it. He can come in, provide minutes, and Ingram doing what he's doing. So that's a really interesting thing going on there. But yeah, I did plan to have his return for us to talk about this week. That's not happening. However, there are a lot of different trade rumors happening. First of all, we have our first blockbuster trade of the year. Yeah, Jeff Teague is traded from the Wolves to the Hawks, actually. So back in his homecoming. I guess he's going to be playing backup guard or...
Backup guard.
Backup.
That's what they need?
Guard. I mean, it's the Hawks. Like, you just kind of...
They need Jesus at this point.
They're really trying to get like a big man. Like, I heard the Hawks are looking at like Steven Adams.
Why him though? I don't get it.
Well, for the Wolves, I think that was part of like more moves that they're trying to make. Like, I heard they're trying to talk to the Warriors about D'Angelo Russell, but I don't know if the Warriors really care to give up D'Angelo Russell this year just like that. But that is something that's been talked about, getting D'Angelo with Karl Anthony Towns, which
I feel like they've been trying to do that for months at this point.
Oh, for Towns?
No, not for Towns. Hell no.
They're trying to pair him up.
Yeah, trying to pair him up. Yeah.
I like one Covington.
Who?
Covington for Covington's a couple pieces for D'Lo.
Yeah, I mean, again, right now the Warriors aren't really interested from what I've heard, from what I've been able to dig up. They're not totally interested, but obviously the Wolves are, because they're in the playoff hunt as well, and they're looking for something to be able to go forward with as far as like young talent. And D'Lo and Russell it's no secret they already said they wanted to play together.
Devin Booker too.
Yeah, all three of them exactly. Yeah. So you get one. Who knows what that turns into years later. But yeah, so the Teague move was just kind of like a small thing, and they're trying to make some more moves. And the Hawks, the
Hawks are like the worst record in the league.
Yeah,
they 8 in like 20, 8 and 20 something.
Like they have less than 10 wins.
Yeah, people are just saying like just try to get some. They trying to get James Wiseman this summer. Like that's what they're just waiting until the draft and try to get that.
Still Collins.
Collins? Yeah, they still got Collins. He's way power forward though.
Cause Wiseman can't hit. Wiseman's center, so yeah. I don't know what they're trying to do.
But yeah, they were talking about Steven Adams as well. I don't know why the Thunder would trade Steven Adams right now, because they look good. They look like a playoff team. They got the picks. I'm not really sure that would make sense. And
I don't know who they backup is either.
For the Thunder,
yeah,
pretty sure they're still running Noel.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's over there.
Pretty sure. And that's a solid trade that actually did happen. I actually didn't get to send this one to the group. Are y'all actually looking to trade Aaron Gordon? I saw that rumor on
I've been hearing that rumor for a while, but
are there any prospects?
It is the Magic, so I won't put it past them to ship him off. But right now, I haven't really heard anything about suitors.
So no. Sorry, what?
They shouldn't though.
You said they shouldn't?
But granted, it is the Magic, so if they did ship him off, he would immediately start playing at the All-Star level.
Absolutely. Soon next season, we're gonna see him start putting up the averages that we've been looking for. He's gonna be on just like Oladipo and Harris. Go get paid somewhere, and then all of a sudden he looks exactly how we thought he was supposed to. Speaking of Aaron Gordon, the Magic, y'all had a good win the other night. Shout out to Markelle Fultz, triple double, and so Fultz is having a pretty decent season for y'all. I mean, given his coming into this year, we didn't even know if he could shoot a ball anymore. He's doing pretty good for y'all, though.
Yeah, he's been improving as the season has progressed. I mean, his outside shot still isn't what it needs to be, but as far as finishing around the rim, he can get to it when he needs to.
Yeah. I mean, you'll take it.
He got cooked last night by Clippers, though.
Yeah, no.
They thought they was fooling themselves.
Right. Yeah, it's because it was a well put together. I caught the tail end of the Magic game, or most of the second half, and I was like, this is like a well put together squad. And, I mean, of course, there was no Anthony Davis, but like they were handling themselves well. Because they blew the lead too. The Magic
in pure Magic fashion, blowing the lead late.
Pure Magic, yeah. No, I knew as soon as I turned the game on, and I seen double digits. I was like, this would be close by the fourth, like this. And then LeBron just happened to miss that three that went in and out. But I'm definitely happy for Fultz, as I am Dwight Howard this year. right after full tour. Where going with this? Okay, yeah. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna take a hard left here actually, because this is a funny ass topic. I don't know if I sent this one to the group or it was only on Twitter. Westbrook and Lillard again this week. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
No, I didn't see that.
You did, I mean, not the actual
trash talk,
matchup,
right?
but the trash talk bit that happened.
No, I didn't see that either.
Yeah, because I was just on. I gotta remember to tag you now because you're actually on Twitter now. I'm gonna start tagging you in these. But you saw that, right?
Yeah, I saw it. Man.
What all that happened, Rod, was the Rockets lost that game. Obviously, at this point they were down by like 20 points, and Westbrook draws a foul on Damian Lillard, I believe. And Westbrook, the mic picked it up a bit too, where Westbrook says something to the effect of like, a foul is still a bucket. You can't go.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Actually, I did see that.
He's still talking shit to him, but the thing is, they're down by 20, and then Westbrook missed the free throw afterwards. The free throw after he got saying that. But so somebody did, because I tweeted, I was like, I don't really know where to start with this one. And somebody was like, well, Westbrook is keeping the same energy. Like, y'all always say people need to keep the same energy, and that's what he's doing. But what side are y'all on with that? Is it because I think there's a thin line between like keeping the same energy and just like digging a hole. You know what I mean?
You think Westbrook's still not salty about what happened?
Oh, absolutely.
So I mean,
of course
he's going to be talking that cash when he can.
Well, he looked crazy. but hey, yo, he had a great night. He only one on the team that showed up that night.
Right, okay.
So I understand what he mean. You can't guard me because he was getting what he wanted.
So,
but the fact that they still got blown out, and the fact that you on his team because of him, you on his team because of Lillard.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean
it looked wild, man.
It looked crazy. I mean, both things can be true. He could be Lillard probably can't guard him, and also like he still looked crazy that night too, because at the end of the day, like you said, you on the Rockets because of that shot. Like I don't know if him and George go separate ways if they make it out of that first round. I don't know if that happens.
Right.
And I get the whole thing about keep the same energy, but also I mean, Westbrook's never going to stop being competitive. Yeah, obviously.
I think we all thought he was going to be more humble.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's not about keeping the same energy. Like, when you've lost, you've lost. You know what I mean? And Westbrook is always going to be competitive, and there's always going to be something there between him and Lillard. But like, I figured he got humbled last year because that was like mother of all dagger type shit that happened.
Yeah,
it's like the end of a book type thing that happened with the Blazers and Thunder. And so then to see that and then see him miss the free throw right after he made that comment as well, and you look at the scoreboard, the whole situation did look crazy.
Right.
Yeah, the whole situation did look crazy, but you know, I mean, I guess keep the same energy, you know, whatever. More things that happened this week.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Harden only had 13, so
that's a very quiet night for him.
Yeah. Well, they figuring out how to guard him now. That's kind of scary for the Rockets.
I'm not gonna say that after one night.
Well, I'm saying no. The other teams did this before. I think what team did?
They lost to the Grizzlies this week as well.
Yeah, it was another team that had him down to like 15 points early this season. Yeah, they were trapping him every time they get past half. I think it was Spurs, maybe.
Yeah, there was a team that was like straight doubling him every single. I watched that game. I can't remember who you were talking about.
So they're gonna have to figure out a strategy if the team keep doing that.
Yeah, because that's what
they double and triple team.
Like as soon as he get the ball, they own him. Two people. Don't care what's going on.
Some Jordan rolls.
Because you know that's probably coming in the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt about it.
And so then other people are just gonna have to step up at that point.
Yeah, that's the issue. So
yeah, that always brings you to the question of like who's actually contenders. Do y'all still not see the Nuggets as contenders this year? By the way, what's his face is gonna be out for a while. Murray, he's rolled his ankle pretty bad, so he's gonna be out. But they have held pretty steady second in the West, and nobody gives a shit about them. Like
because personnel wise, I guess Jokic don't look like he's that type. Like to take over a game, even though he has.
Yeah, because he had a great playoffs.
Also didn't help how he started off the season kind of sluggish, but he's kind of played himself into shape now, so he's been putting a better.
Yeah, I guess the team will go off their energy, like they finna run this.
I mean, I understood that when we were looking at last year and was like, okay, for the Nuggets to succeed, they have to pass the KD Warriors. Obviously, I was like, there's no way in hell that's gonna happen. But this year, when you're looking at it, it's like, okay, you get into a playoff series with these guys, and the objective is to win 4 games, and now you're just looking at teams like the Rockets and duo teams, and the Nuggets are very solid. They don't have like per se a duo, but MPJ, he had 18 and 10 last night, by the way.
Yeah, because the thing is, they have a lot of solid players, so they're just talking about can the group of guys overcome when they're going up against superstar talents.
Yeah,
right. Because they were only when did they lose to the Blazers last year? That was second round, right?
Second round.
Yeah, so they were only a game off of the conference finals last year, and that's interesting. I'm keeping my eye on the Nuggets.
Yeah, like you keep an eye on it. I guess it's something about them that you don't give off that energy.
Because Jokic had like one of the better playoffs last.
He did. Yeah,
that's where people were already trying to straight like replace him with replace Carmelo Anthony, replace him as the franchise leader. Of that very quickly, just like that. But yeah, I would definitely say, especially for the listeners, keep your eyes on the Nuggets this year, League Pass or whatever, because this is not the same NBA anymore. So, anything is possible.
Jazz won 10 straight, right?
They just except
they
last
got
night.
snapped.
They got snapped, and people were saying like they weren't playing great teams on that run for the most part. But
they lost. Conley back?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
This man on Conley watch.
Come on, now.
Yeah, this isn't really that big of a thing. What did y'all think about what JJ Redick said though on his podcast?
That's true.
Yeah.
And plus, they got stylists that lay this stuff down their bed for.
Yeah, that's what the response was saying about JJ Redick's comment, which I think Redick's comments was less about the actual clothes. I think he was just making a point that more people care about lifestyle than
absolutely.
But the thing is that even if you have a stylist lay that stuff out on your bed, like you still gotta be like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna put it on. Like
right. You get like the final. You got the final call.
Right.
I think some of them be getting trapped by the stylist. Like you ain't got time to change before the game. It's just laid out, and like you just gotta.
I think they all make a conscious decision to wear that stuff.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like this shit's not trash.
But it's some players that care about they social media presence and winning losses.
Well, one dude, y'all gotta follow Dragonfly Jones on Twitter. He's funny as hell, and he was basically saying like, well, if you're like a 23-year-old player, and you get your fit off on the gram, like, wouldn't a 23-year-old player be more like excited about his IG crush commenting on it than a win against the Hornets on the 30th game of the season? Like, that's probably priorities right there, anyways.
It's unfortunate, but yeah, you're right. They probably ain't been playing anyways.
Right. I mean. That's another thing I said earlier. Like Kyrie didn't need to say what he said, but I appreciate when players say what they actually feeling. My next step is names, bro. Like if you Redick during your in-season podcast, I need you start like shitting the shots.
They ain't about that action.
Like go ahead and say you was talking about Kyle Kuzma, bro. Like,
just ain't about that action.
Just go ahead and put it out there.
Nobody on that type of Kyle looking crazy last night. Yeah, come on, they ain't gonna say nothing like that
on the in-season podcast. You're not trying.
But it's part of coaching now. That tunnel pick is important.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. You see that everybody grind. Yeah.
Like especially key games. Like if it's a televised game, they bring out their best fit. Remind me of Boondocks episode.
I never really watched Boondocks. Like
that.
I seen like one episode.
It's a lot of fortune telling in that. You gotta watch that.
All right. Well, moving on. Those were from Reddit comments, so it wasn't that off topic. What else do we have here?
It makes you edit it with
Shai Gilgeous became the youngest player, I believe, ever to have
since
Shaq. Yeah, they had the 2020 triple double, and I had to go look because I was like, "There's no way in hell Cat was playing that game. Like, it's absolutely no way." Nah,
okay,
of course not. And at the end, I think he padded a couple rebounds as well. But I mean, who cares? Like you getting your in the records books now. Thunder. That's crazy that the Thunder and the Clippers basically won that trade because they got they got Shai, and it was
I forgot Kawhi. It was mandatory to get Paul to get Kawhi.
Yeah, exactly. So the Thunder and the Clippers basically came out on top with that. We got a couple of lists here. Actually, you know what? We're gonna go to this first because this is something you brought up last week. So this actually piggybacks. It's funny. Right after you were talking about Postups being dead last week, I don't know who exactly posted the graph, but the graph that I sent to the group showing like where the shots were taken in the 2000 season or something like that compared to where they are now. And it's crazy because in 2020 it's straight like perimeter and then like layups. Either perimeter or straight layups and dunks.
Right.
And there's
something crazy.
There's what?
It was nothing in the mid range.
Nothing.
Zero.
Nothing. And that's also. I mean, this isn't just like First of all, I mean that doesn't lie. The graph doesn't lie. But also the Bulls rookie Kobe White.
Kobe
right?
White.
Yeah. You guys. I didn't actually get to send that one to the group, but Kobe White saying the Bulls straight up told him like the mid range is a bad shot. Like they straight up just told him like, nah, like you gotta cut that out. That's crazy because that's a part of his game and it's a young player, and especially when you're a bad team, I think you just kind of let guys develop. But yeah, they straight told him like, nah.
Well, I guess based on what analytics, right, it tell you the bad shot.
I guess.
But what the problem is, the best players in the league are deadly in mid range. Kawhi Leonard's deadly.
All of
KD. So I understand this mindset. I think that's for role players. Role players, you must know how to shoot a three.
Well, yeah. You need to be 3-and-D. That's like the ideal role player in today's league.
But for elite players, they still dominate the mid range.
Well, I mean, LeBron's never dominated mid range, but he does everything else. But
man, it also goes into the pace that these teams want to play, because going in the mid range is going to eat up more shot clock versus threes.
Yeah,
that can happen very quickly.
Yeah, like if you in the Rockets system, like they told Westbrook, because they kind of had to accommodate him. They were like, "Yo, you can do your thing with the pull ups in the mid range and all that," but. You remember Melo last year apologized like sarcastically for taking a long too, because like he said, that's D'Antoni's thing, trying to get the pace up. But there's an NBA player, ex-NBA player on Twitter. I think his name is Eddie Johnson. I'm pretty sure, and like he's straight. He's on the like old man yelling at the sky type energy, because like this shit has him blazing. The fact that in his words, that three pointers have basically ruined the league, and I always see people say that's like ruined the ratings. What do y'all think about that? Because now the graphics come out.
It's great when it's working.
Yeah,
it look horrible when it's not working.
Yeah, they just straight like when the Rockets miss 27,
and they don't even attempt the mid range, just keep shooting.
Yeah.
I mean, my issue isn't necessarily what it's doing for the league, but the fact that the next generation, all they're doing is shooting threes, and all of a sudden people can't do nothing in the mid range, and then that's what I'm worried about. How it is for people playing pickup or growing up, because what these kids looking to for how they want to develop their game, they're not going to be certain things they're not going to be seeing now.
I guess it just comes to like finding a balance, because on one hand, like as we were going, because this is a transition that's been happening more like mid to end of 2010s, where the 3-pointer just becomes more and more popular. And as it was happening, I was always on the side of, well, wait, like you used to have big men that couldn't shoot outside of the paint. Of course you had Hakeem mid-range, KG mid-range and all that, but I'm like, you used to have big men like at the 3-point line, it was just straight, you better pass that shit and like go set a screen. Now it's, big men where if you're not out on them, you're giving up something, so the defense has to stretch out. But I guess it's on the topic of it actually ruining the league. Yeah, people are always blaming like the 3-pointer for everything bad that's going on, like it ruining the ratings and things like that. I guess it also just depends on how you watch basketball, because if you just when I watch, I don't know how y'all watch it. When I watch it, I try to watch a lot of different things going on the floor, though. I'm looking for certain players in defense. I'm looking on who's cutting where, what type of sets people are running, screen setting and all that. Like, there's a lot of different things.
Most people aren't doing that.
Yeah, like actually,
most people are just looking at the ball,
casually viewing it, right? Yeah. So if you're casually viewing it, and especially if you watch the teams that are going to be put on prime time, like the Warriors or the Rockets or whatever, then I guess you're just looking at 3-pointers straight. It's like it looks like this shot always ends with a 3-pointer, but I don't know if you. I guess again that's just the difference between like somebody who's just watching it casually for entertainment and somebody like me who's actually trying to figure out like who's hooping or not. So yeah, I guess it just all comes from different perspectives. But for me, it hasn't ruined it as much, and I guess for y'all, it probably hasn't ruined it either.
Again, it when it works, it's great, but when it doesn't work, it's horrible. Right. Let's say, for example, Harden can't hit a 3, but he's not even tipping the mid range. It's like, fam.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, that's pretty crazy. Like, I don't have like a Harden mid range like image in my head.
No,
you know what I mean?
The only thing I can imagine is floaters.
Yeah, floaters.
Yeah, the floater. Because like if he penetrates into defense, people are coming up to him immediately. Yeah. So like it's either a layup or like a alley to Capella. Like,
well, no, I can't think of him like elbow shot.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but it's crazy how it changed though, because like you had Melo, who was known for that mid-range, for killing in the mid-range back when. I
just think that mindset is mostly for like key role players.
Yeah.
The superstars, just play your best game.
Well, yeah, because Kawhi is arguably the best.
Yeah, his
player.
mid-range is so nice, man.
Yeah, and he's straight killed from there. But again, as an overall thing,
but technically that's a bad shot, right?
Yeah, again, by the stats, that's what they're trying to say.
That's crazy, man.
And I guess it's also looking at, like you said, most people are role players in the NBA. Most players are role players. True. And so, yeah, if you're a role player, you kind of need to, be out there launching. Otherwise, that's just what it is in today's NBA. Speaking of today's NBA, young talent up and coming. Have y'all? Yeah, I guess we can all agree. Like, you can go ahead and print John Morant name on the Rookie of the Year trophy.
Absolutely. Yeah, we thought about that couple before he even.
Bro, like he's even. It almost feels like even if Zion was playing right now, like it would be a pretty close race probably.
No,
you don't think so?
If Zion came the way he's supposed to came in, no.
If he can't, obviously if he came in like,
we're talking about hypotheticals.
Exactly.
It's all
we're talking about how we all thought he was going to be.
Right.
Then no. People saying that now because they're not he out of sight, out of mind. But
yeah, true, very true.
Zion put a number you thought he was gonna put up.
If he put up his preseason numbers, what was he?
If it's put like if it's doing like shoot like 60% in the paint, then like
all right, cool. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, I just think people just forgot.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Shout out to the Grizzlies for that, absolutely, because it's not even just Ja over there. They got a couple of good young guys, like the post you sent. You got Ja, Jaren Jackson, and then and
Clark.
Yeah,
because it's nice to see Memphis with the future because they were in no man's land for so long.
Yeah, absolutely. Like after the grit and grind thing.
Yeah.
But not even actually. What was that? Like 2016? Yeah, about 2016 is. 2017 they were in the playoffs against the Spurs, so they haven't actually been down for so long. So this is a really nice rebuilding core they have, and it's not even like a long-term thing. They might be in the playoffs this year. And so last week I was saying I wanted to see the Spurs. That just kind of came out. I forgot like the Grizzlies were really fighting for that thing, and that'd be crazy to see Ja in the playoffs because he got the confidence of he got the most confidence I've seen out of a rookie. Since Lillard, I think actually. Yeah. That's what it reminds, because like you saw when they beat the Rockets the other day, James Harden was playing off of him on the 3-point line, and Morant took the three, and like you could read his lips. He was like, "Y'all better tell this motherfucker about me." That's crazy. That's a rookie coming in like that to a MVP pretty much already. And so if they end up in the first round against the Lakers, and he's tried to jump over Kevin Love already. He's tried to catch a couple of bodies. So
broke his ankles almost twice doing that crap.
Popping around. I'm happy for the Grizzlies. I hope the young core all develops evenly and together because like I said, Ja really kind of reminds me of Lillard right now, and because Lillard came in his rookie year and he was really good off the bat. You could tell that was going to be a playoff team, pretty soon, even though it didn't happen in that first year. And so I hope it becomes a thing where those young guys develop with him, and we're not looking at it like with Lillard right now, where it's like he got to bounce somewhere before he ever wins. So because if they develop as like a duo, him and Jaren Jackson, or even like a three, like you were showing, that could be a pretty good future for the Grizzlies. Because no one's ever going to go there as a free agent.
Not at all.
I don't think a free agent has ever gone to Memphis because they drafted Gasol, and then they traded him for Mark Gasol, and so like that's like their whole franchise history right there.
Right.
Yeah, no one's ever went there. So now we have a couple of lists. I sent to the group. I guess we'll go to the Bleacher Report top 10 first. Did y'all get a chance to look at that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they posted their top 10. I don't know how many times they're gonna redo a top 10 list, but these are always fun for content. That's Kevin Durant's list. Wow, did I not send y'all this to the group? Yeah, I did. So their top 10 was 10 Steph Curry already, 9 Wilt, 8 Russell, 7 Duncan, 6 Shaq, 5 Bird, 4 Magic,
trash,
3 Kareem,
trash,
3 Kareem, 2 LeBron, and 1 Jordan. Y'all aren't fans of this list, like.
Oh, I ain't hear Kobe now.
No Kobe.
Fuck out of here.
Y'all about to have Kobe not even top 10 Twitter on y'all ass.
Fuck out of here. They got a reaction they wanted though. We talking about it.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean,
who was 10?
Steph Curry.
Who? Okay, say the list open. I didn't hear Kobe, so I just blanked out.
Steph Curry.
Okay, 9.
And then it was Wilt. And then Russell. So big men are dominating this list. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 big men on here. Yeah. Curry's top 10 already, and he's replaced.
No, I'm good. Straight.
Dissenting opinions, Rod.
It's just for my personal top 10. It's always been. Has to have a ring.
Finals MVP.
Finals MVP and an MVP.
Oh, see, that's
always been kind of like my criteria.
Man. So you got to have Finals MVP. Yeah. List. And everyone has one except Curry right now. Everyone has got a Finals MVP.
Man, that's
so
crazy.
If Curry comes back and wins a Finals MVP, does he get that 10th spot? No. No.
Somebody else getting off that list.
Yeah.
It's time Wilt got to slide, man.
Yeah, I think pretty much everyone here is top 10 except Curry. To be honest with you, I just don't think Curry is top 10 yet. I just don't think he's there yet. He's if you're looking at impactful players, maybe, but yeah, I wouldn't have him as 10.
I can't put him over Kobe, right? Like, shoot, Kobe has 5.
Where's KD at? 12 or something?
He's probably coming up. Yeah, he's probably like they don't have it on here, but yeah, he's definitely in that 10 to 20 range and probably a little bit closer.
So I got a question. So elephant in the room. So it's nowhere in hell Wilt can leave this top 10 because of his numbers.
Oh, you saying there's no way Will's not top 10?
Because
Will's top 10, bro.
It doesn't matter who comes up after him.
I mean, you're saying like he can be moved in the future?
Yeah.
Because his numbers. I mean, yeah, he could be moved because like I don't think it's crazy to think that one day when it's all said and done, like someone like Giannis will be a top 10, and then Curry could be top 10 one day, KD. So yeah, I mean this list is going to evolve, and
the list is going to become a lot more debatable.
Yeah, I do
in the future.
Yeah, right now Will is top 10, but I do think Will is probably eventually going to be.
Where's Shaq? He's not on this list, right?
They have him 6. They have Shaq.
You got
6.
Shaq up there.
Yeah,
Kobe
Shaq 6. Yeah,
okay.
Four championships, 3 Finals MVPs.
Shaq was never ranked over Kobe in nobody list. I never heard that.
Really?
I never saw a list.
You never heard that?
Never saw a list where Shaq was ranked over Kobe.
People make sport of putting Shaq over Kobe on these lists.
No.
Damn, you never heard?
Skip maybe.
Damn, you never?
No.
I'm just surprised that you hadn't, because like
I never saw a list.
I see that all the time.
I
never saw
all the time.
I never saw a list like that.
Damn, yeah, I seen that all the time.
Maybe I'll be on certain. I don't look at every thread.
Right. Okay, yeah, I gotta tag you in some more threads and introduce you to the interwebs.
No, he's fourth. You say?
No, sixth.
Who's fifth?
Larry Bird.
Duncan?
No, Larry Bird. Tim Duncan 7.
Okay.
Which Duncan? Yeah. Okay.
No, Duncan not going anywhere.
Yeah. But that is interesting though. You did bring up a good point about like how the top 10 evolves over time, because like we have so much talent in the league today. Like a couple of these guys are just missing like championships, and if they're able to, like I had just sent out a tweet a couple hours before this podcast about like what this year might do for Giannis, because he's well on his way to winning MVP right now, and that would give him 2 straight MVPs in 2 of the most dominant seasons ever, really, because he's putting up like crazy ass numbers. And then a potential playoff run could give him a Finals MVP this year and a title as well. So, I mean, he's not top 10 this year, obviously, but that shoots him up really quickly. That shoots him up really, really quickly. And then when it's all said and done, more championships, maybe he is top 10 after all that.
Yeah. But you got a reaction they wanted. I'm done with this shit.
Oh yeah, I mean a lot of
you got no Finals MVPs, but you top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
You wasn't the best player on the court when it was most important.
Yeah,
like,
Curry,
come on, man.
Curry. I think most people agree Curry's not top 10 right now. Yeah,
that's the only thing he's lacking is those final MVPs.
Yeah. That was the only thing he doesn't have. That's the only accolade he doesn't have. Which, again, like I said last week, I don't think he cares. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is for reactions, just like how Stephen A. this week floated the idea of the Lakers trying to get Devin Booker. That's stupid as hell.
Then he said he wants to see Giannis at Warriors. So what are you talking about?
Well, to his defense on that one, I don't think he actually said he wanted to see it. He said more like, I woke up this morning and that was the headline, like Stephen wants to see it. But then I think when you look at what he actually said, he was just saying like, could you imagine? I don't think he said he actually.
Nah, you put that in the universe. Chill, man.
Yeah, and I know the sad thing, the crazy thing is I know Giannis sees some of this shit out there too.
So if Giannis is he gonna say the weakest move too, Stephen A? He gonna say the same thing?
Everyone else will. Yeah,
Stephen has to say that. He has to say that.
Well, no, because he's gonna say like, well, but Milwaukee didn't loosen them in the playoffs.
That's not part of why
that is part.
Well, that's part of it.
Yeah,
but the fact that you were the best team in the league, and you join Warriors and restart this whole dynasty.
I look pretty bad.
You look crazy.
You're talking about with Giannis right now. Like if you leave what is right now the best team in the league, like they're actually,
come on, man.
They're like 7 games above second seed in the East right now.
Like they're on pace. I'm pretty sure they're on pace to win 70 games.
That actually no, because they have 6 losses right now. I don't know about the pace, but I don't think that's going to.
That would be a weak move.
Yeah. Of course it would. Yeah, of course it would.
I ain't trying to see none of that. We just got parity. I'm good on that.
Speaking of that, I can't remember why I wrote this down, but it did come out of a topic this week of starting your franchise with either Luka or Giannis right now. So I did write that down just to see what y'all to see who you would start your franchise with today if you had to choose between Luka or Giannis.
I'm biased. I'm gonna say Giannis.
Same.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I mean, I'm not necessarily biased, but I pick Giannis.
Yeah, I think I'm biased.
Yeah, I'm picking the freak of nature.
Yeah, it's like,
I just am.
I know what he done. He doing the same. He's good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He not do everything except the outside shot.
Yeah, which they played Celtics last night actually. Kemba Walker had 40. I did just pick up on a tidbit at the end of the game how they basically
lost that game, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were down by like 20. We didn't.
They're down by 27, but then they made it competitive.
Yeah, I just saw like a tie at like 35 or something.
Yeah, very end they made it competitive. But I did see just a tidbit I picked up on them leaving Giannis open at the end of the game to tempt him into shooting basically, and I was just thinking about like how important that is for the playoffs, because those are the type of little things that they'll be trying hard at when it comes down to a series. So, but I'm rooting for him this year if it's not a switch.
Yeah, that's why I'm not 100% sold that they're going to beat Philly because of that.
Yeah, I mean, Philly's got their own things this year though.
But what I'm saying is matchup wise.
Yeah, Philly does. Yeah, just matchup wise, just like again how that one year
they have a lot of size.
It's just like how that one year the Warriors were like 7th or 8th seed and they beat Dallas simply because of how they matched up, and Don Nelson knew what to do with Dirk basically, and he was coaching against them. So back when Dirk was MVP. So yeah, it is all about matchups. But yeah, right at this rate though, if it's not Philly matching up with them and beating them, like I think it's starting to become kind of clear the Bucks will probably win the East. If it's not Philly,
only Philly is a team I give them a chance.
Yeah, just because of the matchup. Yeah. I don't seriously think, well, not without trade, like no trades have been made right now. Without trades, I don't see Miami. Definitely don't see Boston. No. I love us, but like I don't
have no answer for Embiid down there.
Yeah, we'll probably get ate up with that. Going to one more list, were y'all surprised at all at Kevin Durant's hardest players to guard list? I can refresh your memory on that if you need. He said his toughest players to guard were James Harden, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, Lou Williams, Paul George, and Joel Embiid.
That's 3 Clippers, fam. That's crazy.
1, 2. Damn, I didn't even notice that.
That's 3 Clippers.
I didn't even notice that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that either.
I was a little bit surprised that Curry wasn't on that list.
I thought CJ McCollum would be on that list.
Really?
He said he broke them a couple of times, ankles. Katie said that about
right.
CJ McCollum.
McCollum is a bucket, definitely.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see. I mean, not really surprised.
Well, you don't play Curry much when you join them, so.
I mean, but yeah, it's not like it's not like they wouldn't going at it for years before that though. But yeah, and then to have Lou Williams on there too, 6th man for the Clippers. I saw a trade rumor involving him actually. I don't think there's a way in hell the Clippers would do that. Yeah,
I think they moved Montrez before they moved Lou.
Yeah, the Clippers don't need any drastic moves.
No,
like
not
you
at
need
all.
big man, but I don't know.
Yeah, like nothing drastic. Like, if it's gonna take y'all out of y'all game, I wouldn't do that.
Hey, that's a crazy lineup to guard though.
What's that?
Those 5 people he named.
Yeah. I mean, I think aside from Curry missing from this list, is about obviously I don't think you're really gonna have Giannis on here because it's more of like a within the flow of the game, having to guard him with shooters is the hard part.
That's terrifying though. Trying to guard Giannis either.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't.
They're trying to stay in front of him,
right? Like, you gotta have some size on you. Embiid. We were just talking about his posts last year, so that makes his post ups.
There's only 5 people he named.
6 people named. Yeah. So this about makes sense. A lot of people say Harden. Yeah, that about makes sense. Yeah, that looks.
I think Butler had a list too. He did.
Yeah, Butler. Yeah, he mentioned it.
Yeah.
He said James. I can't remember. Did you remember his exact?
I know he had LeBron on there.
Yeah, he said like LeBron and I think he said LeBron and Harden, but he mentioned something else other than that Kevin Durant didn't miss. I didn't write his comments down. Yeah, I don't exactly remember.
But that's a tough list. I didn't know. I didn't realize 3 Clippers.
Right. Have y'all heard if Anthony Davis is gonna be back for the Rockets game this weekend? Cause I
haven't heard anything.
Yeah, he's still out from when he busted his ass. So
literally.
Yeah, nah.
Broke his ass. Crazy.
Broke his ass. That's crazy. Yeah, nah. They do play the Rockets this weekend finally. So that's a game that we absolutely tune in for. And that's pretty much it for the topics this week because we're just now heating up as far as like trade rumors and All-Star Weekend.
One-on-one.
What about it?
C.J. McCollum.
All-Star.
Yes, sir. Oh my God, I would love that. I hate so much that brands and politics are such a big thing. All that up. Right? People have to like be curled up in their room and shit.
Because that brings you back to like way back when MJ and Magic were about.
Yeah, they tried it.
They tried to play 1-on-1 for like $1 million or something.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Magic he set up that whole thing, right?
Who backed out?
No, the NBA was
the league stepped in.
Yeah, I hate that where that politics is such a big part of this because you could I would be in favor. I don't know about y'all. Fuck the dunk contest. I'll take a 1-on-1 over dunk contest. Dunk contest slide, bro. Yeah. Like we done everything in history at this point. Yeah. Unless somebody gonna jump over like an Amtrak next.
Right. Someone do a 920 dunk or some shit.
But yeah, the 1-on-1 matchups. We think Lillard and Westbrook.
Already got like the 3 matches I want. Yeah.
What was yours?
It was Lillard and
like you should
Westbrook.
be able to challenge. You should be able to challenge people too.
Yeah, could you imagine, bro?
What? Challenge them not in public. I don't think they'll go for the public one.
So challenge them in private. You're saying like sliding the DMs, be like, okay, you trying to get
this
you
already know.
You see a
challenge. What's his name?
What's
his name? A place for Indiana.
TJ Warren.
Oh, TJ, but TJ
I don't want
Warren
to see
declined that shit.
Yeah. I don't want to see that shit. That's slaughter.
Hey, you never know. One-on-one is different, but one-on-one is a lot different than when everybody on the court. That's a
Yeah,
lot
you're right, but fam, good on
because
that.
when you see these dudes on King of the Court, you see like Devin Booker and somebody like KD going at it, and it's like they really going at it.
Well, that's different. I can see that, but TJ Warren.
Yeah, no, I think
good.
probably
Yeah, I'm good.
Probably hit that, but it's universal. Like damn near every NBA player is like a god at one-on-one.
Yeah, I had my list was Dame versus Westbrook.
Yeah, obviously.
Kyrie versus Curry.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, and my third one. Damn, I wrote it down too, man.
Is it KD versus somebody?
No, I don't think he was injured. It was. I don't see Harden guard nobody. I forgot my third.
Straight, like you hit one move.
Fam.
You hit one move.
He let you go
just,
by.
Like, hit that. So I don't know. One-on-one, I think he about to.
Maybe.
Wouldn't that be fucked up? You see somebody like Harden trying harder on one-on-one in
Yeah,
defense
in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, his defense not even as bad as it used to be though. But you know, the Harden defense jokes are always funny.
I forgot what my third one was.
Yeah, I'm curious about who your third is.
I try to get players that was just good scores, but they're gonna make an effort on the defense.
Right.
But those are the top two: Dame versus Lillard. I mean Westbrook and Kyrie and Curry.
I want to. I don't know how many people are beating Kawhi in one-on-one, bro. I don't know.
Yes, he lock you up both sides.
Locking you up, and he like straight giving you a
That'd be
midi.
tough.
LeBron and Kawhi. Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah, as far as the one-on-one thing to wrap that up, like I remember T-Mac and Kobe having like a little sit down, and T-Mac didn't even want to admit that one-on-one game happened with Kobe back in the day in like another country, some remote location. There's like no record of it or whatever. So
Yeah, and then Kobe has like photographic memory.
right, Kobe like, no, I posted you right there. Like that's the first bucket. Like so, nobody want to be a part of that. All right, we're going to end off with the standings. Looking at the East and West and seeing if any of these teams have gained separation. Grizzlies on a 6-game win streak. Dope. Okay, so yeah, obviously the top of the East is Milwaukee. They could deadass just like fall asleep and they'll still end up first. Miami's still second, Celtics third, Raptors fourth. Yeah, I'm on NBA.com.
Gotta make sure.
Pacers fifth, and we are awaiting the return of Oladipo. And wow, the Pacers could actually still end up third. Like, damn, that's crazy to think about. Technically, they could end up second, but very, very realistically, like the Pacers could get Oladipo back and end up third. Like, shout out to Indiana. They're both the 76ers. 76ers are sixth. Magic are seventh, moving up in the world. That's where they're gonna stay. They're 6 games behind Philly. There's a crazy divide there. And Brooklyn is eighth. And yeah, that's again looks like where it's gonna stay unless there's some massive drop off, or if the Nets don't betray Kyrie, then his teammates betray him. And in the West, obviously LA still top. The Nuggets, who people aren't going to give any contending clout to, are still second. Clippers third. Utah, hey, dark horse. if Utah,
if Conley come back, it's over.
That's crazy. They won. They literally a half a game behind the Clippers, so they right there for third. Houston is fifth. Dallas is sixth. OKC is seventh, and the Grizzlies are on a 6-game win streak, and they are eighth. So that'd be really nice if they could hold on to that. Right now, you were looking at 14, 17. So yeah, everywhere down to about the 13th seed in the West now is still up for play. The Kings look like they're not officially falling out. So yeah, up to 14th. Up to 14th is technically still in play. The Pelicans get Zion back, they can still end up in the playoffs. And yeah, who would you rather see in there? The Grizzlies or if it came out to it, like Grizzlies or Pelicans with Zion or John Morant? It could come down to that.
Pelicans.
You rather see the Pelicans?
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Rod?
I mean, if Zion comes back and he's what we expect him to be, then I think that'd be exciting to watch him. But
yeah,
it's more hype around it.
I was thinking just because of the minutes restriction, I'd rather see Ja. Because, like, I know with Zion, they're going to be, like, walking on eggshells.
Well, he's probably playing, like, 1 game a week.
Well, I care about more players on the Pelicans. And
Ingram, too, yeah.
Yeah, that's when I see Ingram get off.
True. Yeah, there's not space for everybody interesting in the West. That's the thing, because I want to see OKC as well. And they're pretty far in now. OKC is a 4-game lead on the A, so they're, like, damn near just a playoff team now. That looks like that's what that is. And yeah, that'll be it for this week's podcast. So if y'all have anything to say, damn, Golden State lost 10 straight. Wow.
Drunk Texas is available on iTunes and Spotify.
Yeah.
Shout out my boy Irving.
Yeah,
we out here.
Yeah, Irving is dope. You should check him out. ERVN on Spotify. That's how you spell it on Spotify.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Definitely check out Irving. He's dope. And yeah, all right, we out.